Hello, I'm Rebecca from St Leonard's and St Mary's churches. In this assembly today, we're going to be thinking about perseverance. When I was at school, one of the things I remember well about the summer term was that we always had sports day. We'd go over to the school fields in the warm sunshine and do lots of running, jumping, throwing, catching, cheering, clapping, winning, losing. Whatever the day brought, it was always special. I don't know what your school plans will be this year, but I hope you do get the opportunity to enjoy the fresh air, some exercise and events, and some summer sunshine too. And of course, we also have the Olympics just round the corner too. Yes, the Olympics, when we can watch amazing athletes running faster than a cheetah, jumping higher than a springbok, diving as gracefully as a swallow, in pursuit of a gold, silver or bronze medal, the title Olympic champion, and maybe even a world record. In just a month or so's time, the Olympic flame will be lit in the stadium in Tokyo and the games will begin. They're taking place in Japan this year, and they're a year later than they should have been. When they didn't happen last year, we had to make do with watching some highlights from the 2016 Olympics in Rio instead. 5 years ago, in Brazil, the flame was lit by a man who had a very special story. The flame was going to be lit by the famous Brazilian football player Pelé, but for various reasons he was unable to do it. So the organisers had to find a replacement. And so they chose Vanderlei de Lima. I know, it's a long name, isn't it? But it's a name that I've never forgotten since I heard his fascinating story. Let's have a look. Here he is. So he took part in the marathon at the 2004 Athens Olympics. And you might know that the marathon is a really, really long running race, over 26 miles long, and it takes more than 2 hours to finish. Well, near the end of the race, he had a 25-second lead and just 20 minutes left to go when something disastrous happened. A spectator ran into the road and pushed Vanderlei off the course. The crowd and the police rushed to his help, and after a struggle, he was able to carry on running, but his confidence and strength had gone. And as the race neared its end, he was overtaken by 2 other runners and ended up finishing 3rd. But even though he was very disappointed, he crossed the finish line, making a big heart shape and blowing kisses to the crowd, and with a broad smile on his face. And if we fast forward to the Rio Olympics, and the man who missed out on the gold medal was rewarded with the enormous joy and excitement of being the special person chosen to light the Olympic flame in front of many millions of spectators all over the world. He didn't give up. He kept going. He persevered. And that's something we've all had to do throughout this remarkable school year. We've faced lots of challenges and hurdles, obstacles and distractions, and yet now we're nearing the finish line. The Old Testament of the Bible is full of stories of people who persevered, who kept going, and with God's help made great progress and did some amazing things. You might have heard the stories of the people I'm thinking of. Then, in the New Testament, after the stories about the life of Jesus, there are some letters written by some of the first Christians to help and encourage their friends. One of these letters is called Hebrews, and it was written to encourage some people who were struggling to keep going. In this letter, the writer gives a long list of all those Old Testament Hebrew heroes. People like Noah, who built the ark to rescue all sorts of creatures from the flood, and Abraham, who trusted God and set off for a new land, even though he didn't know where he was going, and Moses, who rescued God's people from Egypt by leading them through the Red Sea. Not to mention others like Rahab, Gideon, Samson, David, and Samuel. And then the letter writer says something brilliant. Let's see. Therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us. And even points them towards the example of Jesus, who suffered on the cross, but rose again, and now sits at the right hand of God and says, don't give up, don't get weary, don't lose heart. The best is yet to come. It's as if he says we're on the running track in the middle of a tough and tiring race. But as we run that race and we look up in the stands, we see they are full of excellent examples, remarkable role models, cheering champions who are urging us on to keep going, to keep running. And so, as we near the end of this year's race, maybe we can take encouragement from heroes of old and our friends and family here now to keep going, keep on persevering, to keep on keeping on. And that may even give you the boost you need in that race on sports day, when you might feel like you're going backwards or about to give up. Keep on keeping on. Imagine that crowd of faithful fans, shouting supporters, waving witnesses, cheering champions, urging you on to finish the race with a smile on your face, just like Vanderlee de Lima. I'm going to finish now with a prayer. If you'd like to make it your own prayer, you can say Amen at the end. Dear God, as we near the end of this challenging year, give us the courage and strength to keep going. Help us to persevere and to run our race with a smile on our face. Amen.